What's up, bros? This is the Velotric Fold 1 Plus electric bike, and today we're going to review it. Obviously, it's a folding electric bike. It has a UL certified battery and a couple features they call Comfort Max and Sensor Swap. They say it can handle 450 pounds of payload capacity, and we can do 68 miles on a single charge. You can see the current price link below the video in the description box, and I have a little coupon code down there if you decide to buy it. But don't buy the Fold 1 Plus just yet. We got to review it and see if it's any good. And here's what it looks like when you get out of the box. And it is a folding e-bike. Here's how the folding mechanism works. Looks like it's got a rear rack. And it looks like the rear cargo area is rated for 120 pounds. Bro is going crazy today. And it's got folding handlebars, which also have adjustable height. And this one has the Comfort Max, what they call it, including the seat. Basically a wide and soft seat with a quick release adjustment for easy height adjustments. And Zephyr over here is working on unpacking the metal fenders. Here, let me help you, bro. Let's check out the battery. So the big thing Velotric is doing is UL certified. One of the big things. This one's got a switch on the side. Use the key to pop it off. So the battery itself is UL certified. It's a 48 volt system with 608 watt hours of energy. So let's see how much it weighs on the scale. 10.2 pounds. And let's grab the charger that Zephyr has open for us. Charge rate is 2 amps, which comes out to about 110 watts, 608 watt hours. So take a little bit less than 6 hours to charge from empty to full. And this one is yellow, but there are a couple other color options linked below the video in the description box. So it's a folding e-bike. It has plastic folding pedals. And the whole thing comes packaged up pretty darn well. Branded Fold, comes with a derailleur guard installed. It's got a Shimano Tourney derailleur. On the cassette, we get 7 gears. And of course, it's an electric bike, so we have a motor on the back. It is rated for 750 watts of continuous power. So just because it says 750 on there doesn't mean it's gonna be doing 750 watts all the time. That's just what the motor is rated to handle. How much power the motor gets is dependent on how much power the controller and battery send it. This e-bike has the controller built into the battery tray. And taking a closer look at the numbers on there, we can see that the controller peaks out at 22 amps and runs 11 amps of continuous power. So the power we send to the motor would be the voltage times the amps. 48 times 11 is around 500 watts of continuous power. Alexa, what's 22 times 48?
1056.
And peak power would be just over 1,000 watts. So the 750 watt nominal motor should be able to handle anything this controller and battery can throw at it. The tires on this one are Arison, 20 inches tall, 3 inches wide. We have a knobby-ish tread pattern on there. Spokes look like pretty good thickness. Looks like we have some attachments here, as well as some attachments on the rear rack. There's a light and turn signals. So what I'm noticing is this whole bike is pretty small. It has a low step-through frame, short wheels, really wide area to step through, making it really easy for short riders to get on this bike. No suspension on the rear helps keep the weight down. However, on the front, we do have suspension, and there are some basic adjustments on it. It also comes with an owner's manual, and I just realized this thing comes completely assembled. I had the drill out and ready to build it. Usually we gotta throw the handlebars on or the tire on or something. This thing comes ready to roll. It also works with Apple Find My, and there's a little reminder of that right there, along with your UL certification sticker on the frame. Hand grips are rubber and ergonomic, bolted in place. Controls look similar to what we've seen on other Velotric bikes. Got the Velotric display, 7-speed shifter, bell, and a set of hydraulic brakes. Light also comes installed as well as the reflector. It's got some mounts up here on the front for a rack and some more mounting points here along the frame. So let's get a weigh-in on this bike. I'm gonna pick the whole thing up without the battery and subtract. We'll subtract my weight of 194.4 from the weight of me holding the bike, 251.4. Alexa,
57.
So it comes out to exactly 57 pounds without the battery, and then add 10.2. So that'd be about 67 pounds. Brake rotors are 180 millimeters. They are hydraulic brakes on the front as well as back. So let's drop the battery on, and we'll turn it on in a minute, but first, just want to show you the size of this thing. I'm 6'5", inseam 34. It has the low step-through frame, making it easy to get on. This is what the bike looks like on max settings. Hopping aboard, handlebars on max, seat on max. Here's what my pedal stroke looks like. Basic front suspension, it's pretty soft. Seat drops way down. Low, wide step-through frame, and you can also drop the handlebars down. Here's what I look like on minimum settings. These things actually grip into your shoe pretty good, man. So before you power it on, press this button to turn it on. You might need to put on the charger for a second to wake it up. And we'll power it on with that button on the top. Velotric. Beautiful display on these new Velotric bikes, and we have various levels of pedal assist. It goes up to 5 corresponding colors. As mentioned, we have the sensor swap technology. We're on the torque sensor right now, which gives you a more natural feeling ride. Also, this is going to help you maximize your range. You can swap it on the fly by holding the M button. Oh, that was wrong. That'll bring you into the menus. So you can adjust the speed limit, do the sensor swap in here, screen brightness, riding modes, rear light modes, auto, all the good stuff. We have cruise control on this thing. There's a ton of easy to operate settings here, including connecting up to the app, which you don't need to use, but you can, and the Apple Find My feature. Set your units, calibrate your sensor, anything you need. So I like that this one has calories burned, odometer, total time, controller temperature, motor temperature, trip, time, all the good stuff. What I was trying to show you before, you can swap the sensor on the fly by holding this button. So it says torque right now. If you hold that button, it's not doing it. Was it the M? Okay, manual says you have to be riding to hold the M button, and then it'll switch your riding mode from torque sensor to cadence sensor. It'll pull up the menu if you're stationary. So since we're stationary, let's just swap it. Switch it over to cadence. This will make it easier. You'll burn through more battery, but you don't have to press on the pedals really. Gives you a warning right there, letting you know you're gonna burn through more battery. And now it shows cadence. So there's a ton of riding modes. All of that, you have like cadence sensor and torque sensor 1 through 5. And then also you can switch from eco to trail to boost. So tons of power settings. This one also has turn signals, which there's a sound. You can turn that on and off in the menus, as well as an indicator here. So you're not gonna leave your signal on by accident. There's your blinker on the back. No blinkers on the front, but there's a light on the front. You hold down the plus button, it'll turn it on. This one also has auto headlights. And around back, there is a light on the rear. We gotta get that blinker off. And if you grab the brake light, lights up a little bit brighter. So awesome display on this Velotric. Same thing we've seen on the other Velotric bikes. So let's get the new Fold 1 Plus out for a ride and see how it performs. All right, dudes, let's check out the Velotric Fold 1 Plus and see how this thing rides. Of course, we're gonna check our official range on today's ride. I forgot my gloves. Good thing we got the Comfort Max on this. We'll see how it works out. You gotta love that low step through frame getting on. And first observations riding the Fold 1 Plus. This is just a very light, nimble, approachable electric bike. I'd say pretty much just about anybody could hop on this thing and you're not gonna be intimidated by it. It's got good power, but not like throw you off the back power. Let's see how it can do it on 20% grade. So let's see what kind of torque this thing has riding up the 20% grade. We'll do it on throttle only. We're on boost mode, max settings. I weigh 200 pounds. We're not gonna pedal at all, just see how it can do here. So it's giving us quite a bit of juice here, actually. Pulling us right on up to 20% grade, no pedaling at all, to my surprise. I mean, maybe because it's like a light e-bike, I don't know. Usually these ones don't do so well climbing, but it does have the short wheels, which do effectively give it more torque for climbing. So let's get out here and feel out the power modes. It has the torque sensor and cadence sensor, which you can swap on the fly by holding down the M button. Right now we're on the torque sensor, pedal assist 2, but we hold down the M button for just a couple seconds and it'll switch it to cadence if you want to make your ride easier. But if you want to maximize your range and really use this bike like kind of what it's for, I would keep it on the torque sensor. It gives you a more intuitive riding experience. With the torque sensor, the harder you press on the pedals, the more power it gives you in proportion to how hard you press, whereas the cadence sensor just gives you power based on a preset level 1 through 5. And then obviously, in addition to the 5 levels and the torque sensor and cadence sensor, you get the boost mode. You can switch it from boost mode to eco mode, trail mode. You got 3 main modes there. We'll put it on eco to start, torque sensor, pedal assist 1, and crank it down to gear number 1 here and just kind of feel it out. So yeah, you can really dial it down. If you want to chill and you want to maximize the range of just under 70 miles, I believe is the max range. If you're riding it like this, you'll probably get 70 miles as long as you don't hit your pedal on a curb and knock yourself off. What the heck am I doing here? So it does show us our power. If we look at the meter right here, it's kind of hard to see on these lower power settings, but on torque sensor, eco mode, you see a little bit of green bar popping up there. Did I say green? I meant to say orange. Let's just throw it on pink 5 torque sensor eco mode, and you can see that pink bar popping up there showing how much power the motor is giving me. And even though I forgot my gloves today, these ergonomic rubber grips, they feel nice on my hands. Throttle is nice and easy to reach on this one. I love the way Velotric does the throttles. They're just light and easy to reach with the thumb. They don't like wear out your thumb. How lazy can a person be on an e-bike, right? I'm talking about my thumb getting worn out, but honestly, some of them are kind of more fatiguing on your hands than others, and Velotrics are pretty good. So if you want to be lazy, you got the throttle, you don't have to use it. So gearing on the bike, we're on gear number 1 here, cruising at about 10 miles an hour. That feels about right. You can change it on up. You can see the difference in the rotation rotation of my legs here, gear 7 now, and we're just kind of humming along here at a pretty low cadence, so nice variety in gears. You want to have it on 1 for climbing hills, 7 for high speed riding, and eco mode to maximize your range, but let's bump that on to trail mode to maximize our fun. And basically, as you dial these up, obviously it just makes it easier and easier on your legs, gives you power more easily from the motor. So on trail mode, on torque sensor pedal assist 5, it's giving us power in proportion to how hard we press on the pedal. So if I press lighter, look at that little pink bar right there. I'm just kind of barely pressing on the pedals. You see just a little bit of pink bar popping up, but watch, I'm gonna press a bit harder here and boom, that bar will pop up, you know, up towards max. But let me pedal kind of like more in the middle now. So you can see like it'll give me like medium-ish power if I'm pressing medium hard, or if I press harder, more power. And that's how the torque sensor works. Velotric makes a nice torque sensor. So we have not unlocked this bike yet, but let's bump it onto boost mode and see what that'll do. Yeah, you just basically barely got to press on those pedals at all. And out of the box, stock settings basically tops you out at 20 miles an hour, which you really don't want to go faster than 20 if you want to maximize your range, because it takes basically exponentially more power, drains your battery exponentially faster once you start going 21, 22, 25, 28. Basically takes twice as much power to go 28 miles an hour than it does 20 miles an hour. So I mean, 50% increase in speed, double the power, you're gonna burn your battery out. So lots of different ways we can play with the power, you know, use a throttle, use a torque sensor, or hold down that M button and switch from torque sensor on over to cadence sensor, just holding it. And now, like on cadence sensor, all you gotta do is rotate your legs. I'm not even pressing any tension on the chain. It'll just give you all the juice, man. So if you wanna look like you're pedaling and going fast, throw it on cadence sensor, but you're gonna burn your battery out a lot faster on cadence sensor compared to torque sensor. So let's just switch it back to torque sensor because it feels a lot more intuitive and natural, and genuinely, that's probably how this bike is meant to be ridden. So this bike has the Comfort Max feature, which has a few different things, including the grips as mentioned, and then this relatively soft saddle, which I did notice is pretty soft, feels pretty good, and no rear suspension on this bike. So it's nice that it does have a soft saddle to help eat up those bumps, because a lot of your weight sits on the back on this style bike. We do have the front suspension with the basic lock or unlock adjustment, so you know, real basic suspension, but it gets the job done for some basic riding. And we got a little game of chicken going on here. We'll get over here and see how this does. I need to unlock the top speed. So it's super easy to unlock. You just hold on the M button when you're stopped, get into the speed limit, and we'll just bump them both up to 28. And on the fly, just like that, we should be unlocked. Let's roll. Yep, we're going over 20 now. Now check with your local laws, because laws are different in different places for speed. And Velotric does do some fun colors on their bike. This one is the bright yellow, which makes us a little more visible, and we have turn signals. So signal on, you shouldn't forget to turn it off, but the wind noise in your ear does make it a little bit less audible, but you can still hear it. So to give you an idea of the raw power of this thing, let's hop on it and do an acceleration run. I weigh 200 pounds, we'll do throttle only, see how it does. Ready, go! So power kicks on right away, and 10, 15, 18, 20. And after you unlock the speed, it'll accelerate you beyond 20 on throttle only. So pretty lightweight electric bike, and you know, the power to weight ratio on this one is pretty nice. You know, it's not the most crazy power, but it definitely gets you up to speed like sufficiently quick for sure. And I'm pretty sure that torque sensor is keeping track of how much I'm cheating on this ride, because it's showing 11 calories burned as I'm relying on the throttle heavily. But when we are pressing on the torque sensor, it is calculating how many calories we burn. Well, let's go ahead and give this thing a top speed run, see what we can get out of it. Maybe put a little effort in on our own, but throttle will take us up to 23, 24, 20. My GPS is, oh, there we go, 24, 27 on the onboard here, 29 on the onboard, and 30 on the onboard. Watch out, Bronco bro, watch out. 30 on the GPS and 32.4, 31 on the GPS. Man, this thing goes pretty darn quick for a little folding electric bike running on 48 volts, dude. And yeah, it's still showing 11 calories burned. So I was not pedaling that thing at all, but honestly, I don't think you can really, unless you're Lance Armstrong, you're not getting anything more than about 31, 32 out of this thing, which honestly is fast enough. This thing is very light, nimble feeling electric bike, bro. Hey, look, I burned another calorie, 12. Let's see where we end up. Oh, 13. This torque sensor is addicting, man. It's encouraging me to work out here a bit. So these 3-inch wide tires will help you get through a little bit of gnarly stuff like this, you know, better than some skinny tires. They'll help you, you know, maintain control and not completely wipe out. Can they take us on the soft sand out here? I don't know. We'll give it a try. One other feature I want to try though is the cruise control. We'll flip that on. And now all you have to do is hold this button down just for a second or two and it'll kick on your cruise control and you can just chill. You don't have to pedal this thing, you don't have to use throttle, you don't have to do anything. And if you want to cut the power, obviously just flip a brake lever. Hey, this cruise control is actually real nice, man. This makes it too easy. I wonder if we can get through this. Downshift in gear 2. Yeah. Nice, not bad at all. So let's go give it a rip on the sand. We'll give it a try at some real sand. These tires are only 3 inches wide. Actually did better than expected, but at some point, you know, this isn't really a sand riding kind of bike. You really need 4-inch wide tires, but that actually did pretty well. I'm impressed, actually. I thought for sure we were just gonna sink into the sand. Whoa, look at that e-bike. So I've just been cruising along here. One thing I like about this bike is it gives you the motor temperature and controller temperature, which right now we're sitting at 96 F on the motor and 78 Fahrenheit on the controller. And we're about to rip it up the California incline. We'll see if it affects those numbers because we're gonna be climbing 85 feet at an average 12% grade. So hitting the spiral section here, we are rolling on the short wheels and this thing is pulling us right up this, man, with this geared hub motor. Plenty of torque on this. Just throttle only pulling my 200-pound body up here, not even pedaling at 10 miles an hour. And we'll throw the back tire against the wall here at the base of the California incline. Oh, nice looking Ferrari. Is that 458 or 488? Pretty sure that was a 488. Sounded like a turbo to me. So that brought the motor temperature to 100 Fahrenheit. Controller is at 80 Fahrenheit, and we'll do throttle only. Ready, go! Whoa! Let's try that one more time. Ready, go! Yeah, the front wheel just kind of pulled off the ground there, and 10 miles an hour, showing 102 on the motor now. 15 miles an hour, 16, 17, showing 104 Fahrenheit on the motor, 82 Fahrenheit on the controller. And this thing pulls pretty strong for what it is, hitting about 19, 20 miles an hour, kind of topping out, but pulling strong, giving us full power. I do see the motor temperature climbing to 107 and controllers at 84. And just pulling right on up, man. Those numbers might climb a bit more because it is rated for 750 watts nominal power, but if you push it harder than 750 watts, it can only do that for so long before you know, the temperatures start to catch up. Anyway, though, no lack in power there. We did just fine. And hey, how about that? We're at 20 calories. I'm really out here working hard today, man. So on the downhill, obviously, speed should not be a problem, but we do want to test the brakes. So we do have hydraulic brakes on 180 millimeter rotors. They feel very confidence inspiring, so I'll just kind of give them a little bit of pull here. I mean, they're very smooth, linear, strong feeling hydraulic brakes, dude. On a light bike like this with short wheels, you get a lot of mechanical leverage with those large brake rotors in relation to the short tires. And light bike, very nice brakes. So we got the front brake on the left, back brake on the right. We'll give them a stop for about 20 here. Yeah, great brakes, dude. And the tires stick real well onto this concrete surface, so solid. And with our power levels here on this Velotric today, we should be all right with the police coming through. So there is one more feature I'm going to show you on this bike, but let's head on home, check the final range, and I'll share my final thoughts along the way. So pretty much, you know, it's like a fairly lightweight, folding, solid quality electric bike. I mean, the power on this thing is actually surprisingly good amount of torque on it. I was surprised to see it went 30 on throttle only. And of course it does have the UL certified battery, so that ups the safety factor on this one. Got the Comfort Max riding position, nice upright riding position. I mean, really no complaints on this one, man. And I do have a discount link down below the video, so if you decide you want to buy this bike, if you click on that link down there, it would help support my reviews and also get you the best price with my discount code. And there is one other feature here I want to show you. It's the Apple Find My. So to activate that, we press the M button here, and go down to Apple Find My. Items, devices, other item. So we're just kind of searching here. Oh, there it goes. So Velotric comes right up. And now it shows us on the map here over by Santa Monica Pier, which is exactly where we are. So let's head on home, see what the final range is. If you've ever thought about buying an e-bike as like a last mile kind of transportation, you know, throw it in the back of your car, bring it somewhere so you can get through traffic, get to your destination a little quicker, I can tell you firsthand, it's a fantastic idea. When you get into a highly traffic congested area, I swear e-bikes around here are oftentimes faster than taking a car somewhere and more enjoyable. All right, bro, just rolling up on exactly 17 miles an hour, 32 minutes ride time. Average speed is 11 miles an hour. And looking at the calories down here, I burned 22 calories. So I really didn't put in basically any effort at all today. Just kind of tried the pedal assist systems a bit. And we are showing a little bit over 2 bars, about 2 1/3 bars remaining on the battery after 17 miles of no pedaling. 200-pound dude, really kind of putting this thing through the ringer. So they say you can do close to 70 miles of range on this thing. I mean, if you actually pedal it and go a little bit slower, sure. You could definitely do that because this bike is, you know, on the lighter end of electric bikes. So when you actually pedal it, it actually, you know, propels the bike forward, and, you know, your pedaling effort makes a meaningful impact on your range. So for what it is, you know, if you're looking for a folding electric bike that's fairly lightweight and safe with the UL certified battery and some of the cool features that this one has to offer, go ahead, buy it. Click on the link down below the video, use that link and use my coupon code. It'll get you the best price on this thing and also help support my reviews here on Tail Happy TV. And of course, I greatly appreciate your support. However, if this is not the kind of electric bicycle you're looking for, check this video out, bro. Catch you over there.